Hello there, right here. Welcome to our live stream. This is our Sunday live stream where we play with supporters. Last weekend we wrapped up the raise grid for recording and the series goals that we completed. So the server will still be up, but you guys are welcome to participate in discussing what we should do next for our extreme Minecraft challenge next season. We have quite a few different ideas, and that's what we'll be discussing today. So welcome everybody. There is a new Raise Grid episode out as well. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. I just uploaded it. Such a pretty nice one. We focus on a single goal throughout the entire episode, which is always nice. Kind of difficult to edit the episodes where we kind of hop around too much because it's kind of hard to stay focused and tell like a single story. I think it's also makes it difficult for people watching it to follow along. How's everybody doing this weekend? It's Sunday, day where we kind of chill and usually play with my supporters, but today will probably be mostly chatting and also doing some testing in game, working out what possible challenges we can do next. We got Spike the Goat here. Hello! It's Cold is back as well. Hey Andy, great to see you in the chat. If you guys are new to the stream, you haven't already hit the follow button. A little heart, make sure to click it. Get some free emotes, other fun points, things you can do with those. Cold here says, just watching Robot Ray wave us while waiting for real race. Hey Nada, how goes it? Nada says they weren't first today. Yeah, I think some people were actually checking their points. I think it was Wes was checking his point early on. Like 15 minutes before the stream. Ooh, we got first time chatter Blue Flame. Great to see some new faces. Thought there would be more people. Well, by you coming in, there's now more people. Congratulations. And he says, I was the first on YouTube today. Ooh, wow. Do you actually leave a comment? Or were you the first to like the video? Okay, looks like we got an ad for a short period. I'll use this time to send out the announcements so everybody knows what's going on. Is anyone who didn't get an ad in chat? They can still hear me?
Me.
One person.
But I'm a subscriber.
Oh yeah, subscribers don't get a... That's true.
Hello.
Hey, we got THK in the chat. We also got Nada's here as well as Dev.
Oh.
Oh, there's Wes. He was really early picking his points. Then again, I don't think the... Can you even check your points? I don't think the bot actually works. That's one thing I still need to ask about how the bot works. Do I still need to run my bot on my computer? Which I've been doing. I don't really understand the whole bot thing. Okay, so the ad ends in 1 minute. Okay, so that gives me time to send out these announcements.
So, Rage Grid epilogue today?
What did you say? I missed that last part.
Rage Grid epilogue today.
Epilogue. Oh. Wait, what's epilogue? Is that like the ending story?
It's actually it's like the speech given at the end of the book.
Oh, okay.
So like the closing talks after Rage Grid finishes.
I'll let you give it.
This is it. The whole thing is it. That's just a fancy way of saying race grid is finished, and now we're talking about what next.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna let me give the speech.
Yeah.
After I've already been there like half the season.
I thought epilogue was like how you like, I don't know, round up the whole episode. Oh, okay, looks like ad finished. Less than 30 minutes from 110 hours. Ooh, being there. Welcome back, everybody. Let me catch up with chat. Let's see, what did I say? Okay, we had... Wait, we had Oreo join in. We also had Cold here, talking about the bot. Blue Flame. Not Ray, it's Ray, or is it? It's Ray, not Ray. Yeah, you can just call me Ray. Like if you look at my channel, it's actually Ray's, or Ray apostrophe S. But I just put it as one word because you have too many different ways of spelling it. People get confused when looking you up online. I just kind of took that as I kind of looked at other YouTubers that have two different parts in their name and how they just put it together makes it easier.
The works of Ray.
The works of Ray. Oh wow, I don't think anyone's ever said that.
I was just thinking about the whole how Minecraft is not wanting people to use the word Minecraft for in certain contexts, and I'm like, well, people would just start like feeling being maliciously compliant by starting to say the mine of craft or something like that, so to get around there and not.
Oh. Jeez. Kander is also here. Hey, how goes it? Ooh, that's some cool emotes you got there, Spiked. Oh yeah, while I'm getting the stream going, check out my socials, guys. They're on screen. They're also below the video here. And they're probably in the chat. Is it Sayak? Welcome in. Ooh, Nuts Found's in the chat as well. Oh, Not Found says they have to go in a bit. Okay, no problem. General Kenobi. I never realized like what I say is also what General Kenobi says, but does he only say it a couple times in the video? I only see like this few couple times where he says that, like, hello there. It's also like in a different tone. Huge Pod coming in with the video saying, Ray, your face cam is muted. Been muted for many years. Forever. I don't even have an actual camera. Thank you for the biddy. Oh, Wes is back in the chat again. Or says it's my second time joining the support server. Thanks for the support. Elias is also here. Oh wow, you used the party emote with the wave emote. Looks really nice. I still need to figure out how I can get more animated emotes. I might get rid of the eye one because the eye heart one, it's like, it's cool, but I think if that one was a stationary one, that would be okay. And then maybe I could get the finger guns back. I know you like those THK.
That's my favorite emote.
Oh, Wesf, did you see the Ray Pun channel on Discord? There's a whole channel dedicated to making puns with the word Ray in it. Nefon says, I have the backup too. Oh, sweet. You can just send me that.
Oh, we're gonna destroy Rage Grid today?
Just in general, we have a backup. Just, since we finish it off. But yeah, you still need to give me the details of that, and we can start planning that.
Yeah, just give people eggs that spawn the dragon and the wither, and let them go ham.
Oh, okay. Well, type up something and send it to me at Discord so I don't forget. Huge Fog says, "Yeah, right. Can I join the voice call? Yeah, everybody can join the voice call. It's open to everybody. If you want to chat, then you have to also be active in the Discord. You have 6 ads to watch. Must be like a world record. Wait, someone says 8?
YouTube is trying out 1 of 10 ads. 10
YouTube
ads
is?
right now. Yeah, there was something about that. And I was just thinking, ugh, that's just wow.
Hey, Woodwarden. I remember when YouTube was like first doing the different type of ad things they're testing out. Sometimes you would get stuck watching like a 40-minute ad and there's no skip. Like it'd be like glitched. You guys
I remember
that?
somebody posted a 1 hour long unskippable ad.
Dang.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, you just have to like keep refreshing and hope you don't get it.
I just bought YouTube Premium.
See, it worked on you.
There's this trick, well, kind of. There's this trick where if you like have a VPN and you route your thing through another country, you can get it for like $2.
Wow.
Instead of 20, which is what I did.
Well, that is quite different.
I could do ad blockers, but I also have it on my TV, and you can't have ad blockers on your TV. And some of the ads that were showing on my child's like morning ABCs were very inappropriate for a 2-year-old to see, so I just got YouTube Premium.
That's what I understand is like sometimes I'll set all my ad things to I'll set it to like random ads and also set it to like supposedly appropriate ads, but I always get these like horror movies and stuff, and it's like, why? Like, would you give that to a kid? Like, why would you show these horror movies? I don't get it. Huge has got Amazon Prime, but they don't have Twitch Prime in the country. Oh, really? So then you're not able to actually use the program. That is fascinating. Now it says they haven't watched Star Wars, so they don't understand the General Kenobi joke. I think he just says hello there, but to me it seems really lackluster the way he says it. And I only know one spot where he says it, where people keep referring to it. Huge Bug says your mouse is muted. Thanks for the bidding. Kendred says, I don't understand. Can I speak? You can speak if you're active in Discord. It'll just automatically let you speak. But if you also gotta remember to turn push to talk on. That's just so during streaming. But you can always go to other channels and speak freely. How can the camera be muted? Says Golden here. It's just a joke. Okay, finally got caught up in chat. Sweet deal. So I sent out the announcements. It looks good. Both on YouTube and Twitter. Those of you guys are subbed over there or following with bell notifications turned on. Let's go ahead and open that up. I'm just gonna hop on the server while we talk about it. We might hop into the testing server too. This is where I was actually making the thumbnails. It's actually on the server. Okay, let's head back where everyone else is. Oh, dude. Me teleporting to you guys crashed my game.
Lol, we're in the villages area.
What does it say? Crashing. Illegal gate exception. Dude, did not like that. But yeah, hopefully the pin message kind of explains what we're doing. So since we're wrapping the Raised Grid series up, and there'll be more episodes on YouTube, we'll continue uploading those. We need to start thinking about what we're going to do for the next big Minecraft challenge that we could do with our supporters, and it'd probably also be a YouTube series, hopefully. But THK also made a good point that we could just pull up like random challenges throughout the weeks going forward, just to give supporters something that they can play on the server. since there's really no reason for me to be on the server if I finish my goals. But we could always do tours of things that we haven't seen. What it says is Bedrock testing server. Testing server is Java. Both the servers are Java. That says I can now see descriptions on YouTube again. Wait, you couldn't see descriptions? Huh, I did not know that people can see descriptions because I always like refer stuff into descriptions. Huge Pog says everyone who doesn't donate their life savings to Ray is instantly cringe. Jeez. A little bit strong. Okay, let's see if I can hop on without crashing again. Do not crash. Okay. Okay, so we need to increase our FOV and our render. Cool. So we have a few ideas of what we can do for the next episode of Raise Grid. I like all the cute bees all out doing their thing. Couple ideas, I guess we can read them off. You guys are a supporter of mine. You guys have access to this channel on Discord, which is called Future Server Ideas, where we are talking about different ideas for the server and what ones seem most plausible or the funnest ones.
Ray, so
Yeah.
Not Found told me to tell you that he sent you the backup file.
Oh, thanks. I go with spectator, then we can zoom around server. That's true. If you are a mod, you also get access to the port servers for free, for long as you're a moderator of mine. It's just kind of a way to pay back moderators for their help. One way, I'm trying to come up with different ways to kind of return the favor for people that help me out. I think if you're with the artist role, if you make like emotes that I use, I think that's another way you can content server. Not as is, but I still cannot whitelist myself. Okay. Send me a message about that, or maybe ping, put a ping in the channel so we can look into that. I think you should be able to. So the different ideas we have for the next Raise Grid, I guess it'd be supporter server challenge. We have a couple of classic ones, like people said, like super flat world. I thought about doing a super flat world with structures only. Might be fun. What else was that? 99% of chunks are removed. The remaining chunks are random chunks. Oh, that's a pretty good one. That was from Spy Chicken. Let me click on that one. Not a message. Oh, no one else wrote anything else in the chat. Okay. I think these things are called threads.
Yeah, no one has perms to write anything in chat.
But it's interesting. If it was 99% of chunks, how big of area would that be? Probably similar to this, where it's like there's a gap of 4 chunks in between. It's definitely an idea. I probably wouldn't do that right away because it already did something similar. But it is interesting. And he says the remaining chunks will be random chunks. Oh, I didn't. I did forget to read the rest of it. From the overworld, nether, and end dimension. Oh, so even for different dimensions. Thing is, the different dimensional chunks. Let me actually pull up. Let me pull up a modern version of Minecraft. So we can actually kind of test some of these ideas. I was just gonna pull up actual different chunks. You can put other, or you can put other dimensions, biomes in the overworld, and they do spawn those mobs. I think so, because I remember gas used to spawn in the overworld if you put in nether chunks. Why did it send 3 messages at the same time? And which 3 messages it send? Okay, it's did the bot post these messages? They're posted. Bot's supposed to wait every so often before posting the messages. Talks about how to get free Amazon Prime. About cool tricks. Talk about the server. Yeah, that is a lot of messages. Huh. If it's posted, they post them like all at the same time, then I should probably change the timing between posts. Wes redeemed. That's a great question. Can you give me mod on Twitch? We give mod out to people who are helpful in the channel. So if you're helpful, it's a good way to get started. Hey Benji, so how easy is it to make a perimeter in Raise Grid? Ask THK. He actually did that. He's in the voice call.
Depends what kind of perimeter you want to make and how you want to clear it out. Me and my friend, not a Mojang, no, it was Devsim. We made carpet bombers, and we bombed out one line, and then we moved it forward a few blocks, and then we bombed out the next one, and we moved it forward, and that's just it. Just a lot of carpet bombers and a fair chunk of time.
I think it's pretty straightforward because you can kind of see the blocks are there. Did you think about ever doing like pushing a bunch together and then bombing with everything got pushed?
We did, but we did think about that, but then it was a little complicated, and it just seemed a lot easier just to bomb it out.
Ah. True, because then it's like you have to count so many and then drop a TNT.
You could probably make like a flying machine that like reverses course when it's stops. So you have like it fly forward with the piston next to an observer that every time it flies forward it pushes. But then when it hits the block limit, then it retreats. But that was a lot more complicated than just a standard carpet bomber. And it took us about a month or so to get what we did, to design up for what we did.
Wow.
Because we didn't want it going back and forth. We wanted it to just bomb out one area and then move forward by one. And it took us about a month to design that, and we just didn't want to spend more time on that.
Goofy, thank you so much for coming in with another tier 1 sub. 32 months. 32 months worth of sub. What in the world, Goofy? Thank you so much for the insane amount of support. What is that? 1 year is 12, 2 years is 24, so 3 years is 36. So you're getting close to 3 years worth of support. That is just
2 years
unbelievable.
And 8 months.
Almost 3 years.
Love PR.
And the bots giving out the double announcements. That is so crazy, man. Can we get some hype in the chat for Goofy? That's crazy. What type of Oh, you do. You got the 32 month. Oh, it is. It's exactly 2.5 year badge. Oh, dude, we're finally seeing different Gordy badges. It's a Gordy with a turtle helmet on. So I think he starts out with like a really low level helmet, and then he kind of increases it over time. And pretty soon he gets way up there. Yeah, you guys can see what it looks like. You have, this is a Crimson Forest. Crimson biome in the overworld. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. We're talking about if you choose to have random chunks. So he said, have a world where there's only random chunks in the world. So this is how big a chunk is. There's random chunks, and he said like 99% chunks removed. But I mean, you could do whatever you want. You could do half chunks removed or whatever. I guess half chunks would just be every other one, be a checker pattern. But it would be cool if there was some distance between them, so you had to like bridge over them. One thing that I played with my siblings, early days where mods were pretty. What the heck are they? Oh, they're turned to Zoglins. Oh, because they're in the overworld. Oh, that's so funny. Oh yeah, so they're fighting each other. What happens when they turn to a Zoglins? They just keep fighting? Oh no, they stop fighting.
I think the Zoglin would count as a completely separate entity, and so it would be like when a villager turns into a witch, it despawns one entity and respawns another one.
Mm-hmm.
So it would count as a completely separate entity and one that they didn't have a grudge against.
Huh. Okay. But yeah. So if we had a world with random chunks, would be kind of cool. But yeah, the thing I was saying about my siblings is, one of the siblings made a world which was, he just kind of used, I don't know, back in the day you could make like, you know, spheres, and then you could put in random blocks in the sphere. So he could make these like individual little worlds in a void world. So they're kind of like planets, and then the planets have different resources in them. And then you would, there was no fly machines back then for Elytras, but you could bridge, or you could have like a mod that had flying machines in them, and then you can make a fly machine that actually flies to the different little planets that are in Minecraft, and then collect resources. It was kind of interesting. Okay, so we got Wes redeemed Quiet Time, so I'll be quiet for 2 minutes. We'll probably save that until the next ad comes by. Thanks for the quiet time. Justice for Gordy Finger Guns. Return Gordy Finger Guns. Wow. Got some support. Finger Guns should come back.
It's funny because you thought that Gordy Finger Guns was one of the most unused ones, and now there's just a revolution about it being gone.
I think I just looked at the statistics on Twitch, which ones were the most used and least used. Benji says it would be really cool if you make a clay dripstone terracotta farm. I already have one. Check it out my YouTube channel. Or if you do !farm and just look up clay or terracotta, it's probably going to show up there. Or you can go into my YouTube channel, click the magnifying glass, and then type in keywords like clay. Could you fly by shooting yourself with a bow? Not really. I mean, that's like, without Elytra, that doesn't really work. You could jump across holes. You could jump across bigger holes by hitting yourself with a punch bow. But you couldn't fly with it. Oh, Oreo's redeemed stretch.
They added Elytras in 1.19, right? 1.9.
Yeah, 1.9, but then rockets are 1.11.
Yeah, they made two versions where you can't really use the Elytra, which is for gliding. You couldn't fly with it.
Probably for a good thing, because there was kind of, it seemed kind of OP at the time. Like, just the gliding thing probably wasn't as OP, but then people were just using punch bows, and they're like, okay, people are using those anyways, we might as well give them rockets. But then the rocket thing, pretty darn OP.
Yeah. What do you think of the changes that they want to propose to the Elytra, where it takes damage when you use rockets instead of just over time?
Did a whole video discussing it. I can't remember what I said, but I think it was like fairly balanced, but I think it would make it a little bit annoying. You wouldn't it wouldn't feel as free to just go flying around. You might end up doing more like slow gliding. Have a good one, Nada. Thanks for helping moderate. Yeah, going back to the idea with random chunks. So you can imagine a world that's complete void, but then there'd be like a random chunk, so just like what you see here would be left behind. And then there'd be like considerable distance between them. I mean, we could also make it so the chunks.
I was Dev.
Oh, hey. We could also make it so that the distance between chunks is also kind of random. So like maybe two chunks do end up beside each other, and then maybe, you know, some other further away. And then, like I said, every chunk is just chosen from the random biomes. So if we look, it's kind of nice that we can see the biomes that are. Well, actually, we could just pull up a. Just pull up this biome. Pull up on the Wikipedia because it has some nice images. Oh, it could be a water biome too. Okay, makes sense. I think if it's a random biome, it's actually gonna be unlike. It's gonna be unlike a normal world, because normal world some biomes are more rare than others. But I do like the idea of a random versus normal world. Because doing raised grid, the normal world thing, that was like, it was a fun concept, but it was also kind of tough. Like it was tough because it was just, it was a normal world, and you kind of expect biomes where there were. So it's also not as interesting as I thought it was gonna be.
Race grid? Race grid was very interesting.
Well,
I mean, even in the concept of like something weird, or you know, it was a really different way to play a world.
Yeah, it had a lot going for it, but I'm just saying the one aspect which I was thinking about, which was like the biomes, and how the biomes were just kind of laid out the way you expect them to be, and it would have been interesting if the biomes were a little bit more different. If there was like another little twist to it, I think that would have made it a little bit more interesting. But I always wanted to play this since I seen the original Sky Grid. Ooh, Mushroom Islands. Just imagine just like one chunk of each of these. Not even each of these. It could just be random, so it could still be difficult to find them. Okay, looks like we're gonna get ads in 1 minute. When we get ads in 1 minute, we'll do the 2-minute quiet time, and then I'll also grab some water because I ran out. Then we'll do exclamation mark social in the chat, and then once we come back from the ads, we'll do the stretch. I do see that there, Oreo. We'll do that just in a bit. Thanks. There's my links in chat. I'm going to grab some water once the ad starts, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss different cool ideas which we could do for the next raise grid. I keep saying raise grid. Supporter server challenge. Essentially, it's gonna be like an extreme Minecraft challenge. Probably also a YouTube series. Well, so 10 seconds to the ad. Let me throw up this, and I'll be right back. You guys check out the ad. Right back. Okay. You guys hear me now? I'm back. 2 minutes worth of quiet time completed. Thanks for purchasing that. I think did the ad end for everybody? Now it says Ray's chat is well behaved. Yeah, thanks guys for being so well behaved. We'll do Oreo's stretch once he is back from the ads. Goofy says, might check my suggestion on the CD or Discord DC, yeah. Okay, we'll check that out. I'm trying to do one at a time, starting at the top. Kids here. His math in the background is a vibe. Not sure when the ad ends. Does anybody know? Or you'll let me know if you are back. Then we'll do the stretch and then we'll continue looking at concept. No, it says I have no moderation to do. Well, there's more to moderation than just actually muting people on there. Because then if you don't have to do that, think about all the times or all the different things you can now take part in. You can take part in thinking of future events we can do as a community. Being able to put time into instead of disciplining people, you put time into supporting people. There's a lot more to moderation than meets the eye. Future events, yeah. We have a whole channel on our Discord dedicated to like one-off future events. I'd love to do more of those. What are you going to do? It's all up to you guys. What do you guys want to do? Discuss that in the events thing. I think the ad's finished. Nobody in chat will let me know if their ad finished or not. But yeah, going back to the concept about single chunks, I think that is a really cool idea. You see all the different types of chunks. Oh, let me remove this. Now you guys can see. See all the different types of chunks that are in the game. The biome thing, there's like over 50 different chunks you have to visit, which means there's over 50 different chunks which could show up in the chunk thing. Goof says it gets no ads. That's true. About someone else. Could they let us know? For some reason, I've watched a few clips of South Park and got scared for life. What? I can't really watch South Park. It's just a little bit too out there for me. Hey Amber Fox, how goes it? Says Amber asks how's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited to think of different concepts that we could potentially do for the next quarter server. That's what we're doing today. There's all the dry biomes. For the Bryce Canyons. The thing is with the chunks being really, really deep, chunks being really deep, a lot of like what you would see would actually just be the side of a chunk. I think if there's a good example of it. Maybe there isn't.
Hello, I am back.
Oh, you're back as well. We're still thinking about the chunk thing. There's also the... Oh! How would it work if there's unique biomes and there's cave biomes? Can you do a full biome of just caves? I don't know. Let me just look in here and see what we see. What is this, guys? I see something. It looks like a rabbit. Oh my goodness. Dude, we checked so much deserts to find this rabbit. That is insane. How do we get this rabbit home without it just jumping and dying? We got leaves. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to figure out how to mute this. I somehow started a video up, but I don't know where the video is at. Oh, okay, found it. Sorry about that, it's super loud. What I did is I pushed the play button on my keyboard. There's a play button on my keyboard, and the play button is macroed, so it's supposed to type out stuff. But apparently it wasn't typing out stuff. Try it again. Okay, there it's typing out stuff. It's not supposed to actually play videos, I just have it remapped so that it will type out night vision. Sorry about it yelling at everybody's ears out. This is just a Crimson Forest. This is another biome that's applied to the overworld. I was looking at caves. It looks like the caves are normal, which is fascinating. But the mobs spawn in them are different. Oh wow, you can see a bastion. Bastion in the overworld. Okay, so the question is, what does it look like if you had a biome that was just strip stone? Try that out. Okay.
What's the idea we're working on?
Chicken's idea about if you had, instead of raised grid being individual blocks, it'd be individual chunks. So like, there's just one chunk that's saved, and then like one chunks around it
Like a
are all
raised grid,
void.
but with chunks instead of blocks.
Yeah, except it's like I think it means like the full chunk from the top to the bottom of the world. Or what you could also do is you could also do what do they call it? Semi chunks,
Sub chunks.
sub chunks. That's what it's called. You can also do sub chunks where in between the blue lines, in between the dark blue lines, you could save that, and then other places have it be removed. That would be pretty cool too.
How long would a mod like that take to make though?
I don't know, because he also said like use random biomes, and the random biome thing maybe it would be harder than just choosing a normal world and deleting most of the chunks. Maybe it'd be easier. I'm not sure. Um, Dev did say he would like to help the modding of the whatever the next one is. But if we get people that at least have some expertise, that'd be great because I have no clue what I'm doing. I can help come up with ideas and test it, but making a mod, that'd be something. So this is a world that has one biome, which is the dripstone biome. This is what it looks like. I was just thinking, because some of the biomes that we'd have to choose from are cave only biomes. Oh, there's also the void biome. That's also a good question. What do you guys think would be, do you think there should be random biomes for the empty ones? So let's say this biome is here, and then these are all void, meaning there's nothing here, just empty. Should there actually be biomes here? Or should it actually be the actual void biome? That way nothing can spawn in it.
I don't think you should replace the void biomes with anything. For example, there's void biomes all over the end.
But they're not true void biomes, right?
Are they not?
I don't think so, because Enderman can spawn them, right?
Then what void biomes are you talking about?
It's called the void, and nothing can spawn in it. The special one they did just for testing.
Oh, like underneath the bedrock?
Yeah, it's an actual biome called void. Like rather than just calling it empty spot void, the actual biome type is called void. So like this is all called the end dimension. We go out TP 1,000. So this is called end baron, right? Barons? Barons? Barons?
I
This is
can't
called
see. You're scrolling text. It's scrolling over.
no,
Oh,
it's
biome
it's a bit
scrolling
lower.
island.
It's down
Yeah,
here.
it is.
Small
So
end island.
find
What's
an
that?
empty space between islands.
Like right here?
Maybe further out when there's
Okay.
a lot less space between them.
This is all called
Hmm.
small end islands. So I guess those little small ones could spawn here. Because
What
I don't
about
think
between the main end island and the other end islands?
yeah, we did check that. Which way did they go for that? Go this way. I think it said barren or whatever that word is. Oh no, just called the end, which is the same thing as the main end island's called.
Oh, you want the end chunks to be replaced?
What we want if we were trying to do what Chicken said, what we would do is just have every single biome possible being placed into the world,
Is
and
it like
the
random?
end.
Like for example, where a plains biome would spawn, you suddenly spawn in the Badland there, and then it's like a per chunk thing, and then it is just jigsaw together, just a whole bunch of chunks jigsaw together.
Yeah, a little bit like that. I mean, there's a lot of different ways we could do it, but if we were going to do anything to do with like one of each biome comes up, that means you would get the end ones. So, okay, so now we're looking at the wiki. Here's all the nether ones, and after that we should have the end ones. So here's the end ones. There's the end. There's also small islands, end midlands, and highlands, and end barren. That's the word barren. Barren generates as part of outer end islands of the end. Biome represented outer rings and islands with steep cliffs below the edge. Neither end cities nor coarse trees generate in this biome. Okay, so this is on the edges, pretty much edge of every one of these biomes should be this type, I think. That's it. Oh, I guess there's some here. Right on the edge a little bit.
Now, when you jigsaw these biomes together, is it going to replace the terrain with biome appropriate blocks, or is it just
Yeah,
also?
so it's supposed to just kind of be like just like this. Like it just would take out a chunk that you can see here of exactly what you can see here, and then it would just put it in the overworld.
That'll look like a mess, though. All good
Yep,
if the
yep,
if
would
the
look like a
biome
mess.
if it doesn't fit together, it's just going to be a whole bunch of
Yeah.
random chunks
Mm-hmm.
jigsaw together.
Yep.
Okay.
It'd look really chaotic. Um, Cold says is there any ore to generate in another biome? Not in the real nether biome, other than the nether gold. I guess you could also consider what quartz and ancient debris. I guess you consider an ore too. But I didn't see any ore in the other world. It's cold here, so who's gonna code this? We're gonna have to also look for someone that can actually code this too. Probably gonna be really hard, says cold. No, it says I'm exploding totems on the testing world. Testing server, okay. Everfox asking how everyone's doing in chat.
Okay, is this the only suggestion we're considering today?
Oh no, I'm just going down the
Or we're
list.
gonna go through all of them.
I'm trying to catch up with chat now at the moment. Like with the ore thing, are these vertical chunks? So the way Chicken said it, he was saying like just take one of these chunks and then put it into a kind of like a void world, and then have a bunch of other chunks all the way around it. So it's kind of that like hopscotch, you chunk to chunk to get different types of resources. Then we're also talking about potentially doing sub chunks. So it'd be like the whole from the top of the world all the way to the bottom of the world would be a bunch of 16 by 16 cubes with some air between them, almost kind of like little planets. You know, you could choose how far apart you want them and stuff. I don't know if you guys can like kind of imagine this. Imagine these
Would
are
that
like sub chunks. Yeah, go ahead.
would that put all of the like for example, usually in a normal survival world, you have all of the chunks, all of the different biomes far apart. So you gotta go, 2,000 blocks west
Mm-hmm.
for desert, and then 5,000 blocks north
Yeah,
for the Badlands. Just put all of them in one area. Like you won't have to go relatively far to get all of the biomes.
possibly. Depends how you set it up. He was also saying like random, it'd be random biome, which would
Right, but
still
there's
be
like
easier than a normal world.
100 biomes in Minecraft. What are the chances
Oh,
that
it's like over 50.
50? What are the
Well,
chances
we
that
know
one of
there's
the
50 overall ones, but then there's like probably like 5 nether, 5 end, so maybe like 60.
you're gonna mix up the nether biomes with
That's what he
the end
said.
in
I mean, it's
the
a
overworld?
fascinating idea. And maybe we could
It
just
is.
disable the end and the nether.
What about the um oh yeah, overworld and end biomes in the nether in the end?
Okay, so overworld and end biomes and the over. Wait a second.
So all the biomes and all of the biomes in all of the different worlds, including overworld, nether, and end in the overworld, nether, and end. Is
Oh,
that what you're
okay.
saying?
No, I was just talking about the overworld for now. I don't know how that would work with the end dimension and stuff. I mean, with the nether, it would be, shorter travel. If you disable the nether, then you wouldn't have the fast travel. Of course, you'd have the end dimension. You wouldn't have the Lytra, but then you could get Lytra if you found a end chunk that had a end ship in it.
Yeah, good luck with that. No seed map either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, see. Woodward said I've seen chunk areas where the cuts at sea level below the land. Huh. I've not seen that before.
Also, what would the goal be? Because if Race Grade had the goal of collecting all the advancements achievements
Mm-hmm.
in an almost empty world, what would the
Mm-hmm.
goal for this one be?
I don't know. What could the goal be? What do you guys think?
Hmm.
I mean, you could just try to go for advancements, or you could just go to the end dimension. I could like fight the dragon.
It's a very short season.
Mm-hmm.
If you just go to the Ender Engine, people usually do that in the first 2 hours.
Yeah. Depends on how you set it up. Maybe it could be a little more challenging. Caldy says thing where you are not going to the nether. You're just grabbing the chunks from the nether. Yeah, essentially we're grabbing... I don't know where they would actually be grabbed from. Maybe you can just fake the game into generating a chunk, a certain biome. But essentially every single chunk you see here would pop up.
You're gonna have to get a mod that not only sets the chunk to be a certain biome, but it's generated in that biome. So, like for example, if you change a world to be a different biome, it still generates an overworld like normal. It just changes the biome. So you have to make sure that the biome changes in chunks only, and you have to make sure that it generates this biome specific blocks in that specific biome, in the biome that the biome is. So you can't like have a mesa generate a desert biome. You can't have like a plains generate a jungle biome, things like that. So just pointing out that's it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because it's not as simple as just changing the biome over and then generating the world.
It says there's only 64 different biomes for Java, but there's
Stack of
86.
biomes.
There's 86 for Bedrock Edition. How's that possible?
Oof.
Oh, they got 20. They got 27 unused ones. What the heck? Weird.
So we have a stack of biomes.
Oh yeah, we do. But this is a cool idea. But like I said, I wouldn't do this one for the next season just because this idea is too similar to Race Grid. Yeah, let's look at the next one.
It would take, if you want to do a supporter series, like I said this last week, I think, if you want to do a supporter series and work on something complicated, and then in the meantime give them something fairly easier to work on. For example, like Race Grid took a year to make, right?
Yeah.
Instead of keeping people waiting for a year for another supporter thing, you do something that's quick and easy to set up, like a normal survival world with some sort of goal or twist. And then at the same time, you spend a year or so working on the next Race Grid, the next supporter series, I mean. And then by the time the first one finishes, the simple one, you have the complex one ready to go. So you don't keep supporters waiting for a year.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Maybe we could do like a water world or super flat.
Water world sounds fun.
Yeah, I guess we could pull one up.
A little, but just water all the way to build a limit or certain Y height.
I don't know. Let me just see what the default one is.
Default is 63.
Probably. Which water should we use? Deep ocean, maybe?
Oh, it's not going to be bio.
Oh, I forgot. There's custom biomes. Wait, where is it? Here? Presets? Oh, bro, this is the one they use. Oh, I don't know. We'll just see what it looks like.
I imagined
That's kind of boring.
world with the sea. Imagine a normal survival world with the sea level being higher. That would be a lot of flooded caves as well, because it would fill in the caves.
Yeah, I think this is like a boring one.
It's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be just for certain farms and stuff for testing. It's not an actual playable world, I don't think.
I think it's just like super flat, but they just put water above it.
That's exactly what it is.
And then there's like a bunch of
Do you remember that option where you could like, was it what 1.12, where you could just change everything about the world, like how many walls, where they are, how far they generate,
I don't know why they
what
didn't.
sea level you wanted it at.
I don't know why they removed that. That was so fun.
Probably the update to 1.13 required it.
Okay, so the actual water world is boring. Let me look at the single biome. Let's go with the ocean, maybe. Deep ocean.
Go to deep ocean so that we can get a feel of like mountains and stuff, maybe.
Oh, Oreo's back in chat. We could do the stretch thing. You redeemed stretch, right, Oreo? Let's do that. We'll do stretch. If you guys want to participate, we're gonna stand up. Stretch for the sky. Loosen those arms up. We're also gonna stretch your toes. After sitting on the chair for so long. And also gonna rotate those wrists. We get a bit stiff and rotate the neck all the way around. And also turn it right and left and up and down. Thanks for the stretch there, Oreo. Okay, so this doesn't even look like ocean. These are ocean, but they're actually land masses. You end up with ships. Just chilling on land. Actually quite massive. Turn this into your little, like a treehouse. The ad break ends in 1 minute. Oh wait, there was an ad? He's selecting the biome, and that's it's the world generation or so that only generates structures, cores. Yeah, with mods you could, tweak it all. But this is not what I was hoping. But I do remember actually coming into this world, because this is supposed to be deep ocean, and a lot of this is not deep at all. A very full land. Okay, it says ad is complete. Just looking at this deep ocean, super flat world. Doesn't seem that fascinating. Mostly because it has land in it. Kind of weird that ocean would have land. Let's try a different one. Single biome. Let's try ocean instead of ocean.
In this world, how would the structures form then? Would they just be cut out chunks? Like for example, at the chunk border, the structure will be cut off?
I think so. That really comes down to how it's being modded. If the mod leaves the structure and it hangs over, I wouldn't really care. That was just easier to do. This don't look like an ocean to me, guys.
Harder.
Supposed to be an ocean. I don't even see any water. This is the driest ocean I've ever seen.
It's just your perspective. Try to squint a little. Maybe you'll see it.
Your perspective of half full versus half empty glass of water.
I like those cliff sides.
Yeah, pretty sweet. I wonder if you really wanted to get a actual water world. What would you have to do? Would it have to be modded?
You would have to be modded, I think.
I suppose people would probably just mostly live in the caves and stuff.
Build bases under the water.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice if the water was really deep too.
Well, that's why you raise the ocean level and not just make a water world. You'd have the ocean level raised from like 60 to 100 or something.
Hmm. If it did look nice, we could definitely do that for a short-term extreme challenge. Let people play on that. Other one we said was super flat. People just enjoy super flat. Structures are on.
With a super flat, does it generate with all the appropriate biomes, or is it just all plains biome?
I think it's just plains.
That would be annoying.
Plains. But it would be cool if I did have all the biomes.
Ooh, what about when it's super flat? It's like only 5 blocks above the bedrock, right?
Yeah. And you start in the negatives. Since we're
No phantoms. Woo, yeah. That would be cool.
so the void is there, but you're down in the negatives to start with. Means there's a
What
lot
about
above you.
what about structures like desert temples and stuff? Where do those spawn?
Desert temple would be desert, so you can't get those, right?
Yeah, but you want to make the them spawn all biomes.
Oh, if you have a super flat with all biomes?
The desert would cut through the bedrock with the thing that goes down. It should be fun.
Hmm. That would be
Unless you
something.
make the super flat to be started at ocean level and just be super flat with caves.
Just look at the stronghold. Strongholds on super flats used to be really weird. Oh, they don't even generate anymore? Oh,
Look up.
this is supposed to be where the strongholds at.
Look up.
Oh, they said look it up.
No, I said look up. I saw the shadows on the ground.
Oh, oh. Okay, this is what I remember. Yeah, there was a while where it was like buggy, and they wouldn't
And that
generate.
that isn't buggy. It looks buggy
Well,
to
no, I
me.
mean it was like buggy where like they wouldn't even work, and then they eventually, because people complained, they're like, "Oh, I want to go to the end dimension."
Did you build them a portal in creative?
Um, I don't know if there's a portal here.
You left in that big room right there, right?
Oh, this big square, the one that's actually encased. Yeah, that's where it's at. The thing is, like, what do people do in super flat when they go to other dimensions? Because it's gonna be normal, right?
At least we wouldn't have to look that far to find the portal. Let's go in the nether and see what that's like too.
Yeah.
All of the
Just go
mob
there.
spawners, all of the dungeons, the mine shafts, all those were so easy to find. And exposed to the daylight so that no monsters spawn. Oh,
Hmm.
it's not flat. That's sad.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be the same. That's why when I did raise grid, I did make sure that the mod also uh made it so that it'd be the same thing in other dimensions. Because that's what everybody asks. They're like, oh, it's just gonna be different. Like, think about it if you're playing on a super flat and it's like you come over here and it's like this over here. Doesn't really seem.
Yeah, it doesn't seem consistent.
Yeah. Flatten it.
Carpet bomb it. Problem solved. Can TNT blow up spawners?
Yeah. Spawners are pretty
Yeah.
weak.
Sad.
Oh, there is no mine shafts? What other biomes are? Is there any other structure that's not in here?
Try dungeons.
Dungeons needs blocks.
They do need blocks, don't they?
Oh, I don't think you even look for dungeons. Point of interest? It's not technically a structure. Monuments, Rune Portal Mountain. Rune Portal. They don't also generate. Yeah, there's a lot of people who played Super Flat Worlds throughout the years.
Hmm. I remember watching this one guy and playing a super flat world, and he reset his achievements and he redid them.
Oh,
And there was like a third of the achievements that he couldn't even do because they weren't possible in the super flat world.
huh. Yeah, it would be cool if there was different biomes at least. And you also got all the structures. But so far, I got like no structures. We got Stronghold, we got uh, Village. What was the other one? Was that it? Make the world in 1.16 for what? What would you get if you did it lower? Well, Mine Shadow is the one we tried. That one doesn't make much sense though. Ooh, congrats on 7 hours, Wes.
Downgrade the world. It's like a whole 4 versions lower.
Yeah, just trying to figure out what happened in that version that made it. Oh, is that where they made the worlds taller? How would that affect this though? It definitely seems like you'd want to mod it either way. I mean, you could just like do this just for fun, but very odd it's missing so much. Oh, my music stopped. I wonder why it sounded so weird. Music, when the game crashed, my music also stopped. Okay, turn it back off, you guys. But yeah, we could just do a super flat, and meanwhile, while we decide what we want to do for the longer, more challenging series. Okay, let's go back to our ideas. Is there one that you want to talk about, THK?
My ones, obviously.
Which one specifically?
Which one has the most upvotes? Let me scroll to it and see. Suggestions. Slowly expanding world and collect every rare from early Minecraft to current version. Both of them have the same amount of upvotes.
Okay, let's talk about the slowly expanding world one. That would be a normal world, right?
Yeah, normal Minecraft world. Or modded in some simple way, I guess. Doesn't matter. And then you start with like the border being, I don't know, 500 blocks wide, and then you just have it very slowly expand over the course of the next, I don't know, however long you play play the server for.
Mm-hmm.
And as it expands, you get more territory to play with. You uncover more structures, biomes, and stuff. That's gonna force everyone to stay in the same area, and slowly expand out, which will be interesting.
That would be nice. It's one thing we kind of look forward to with Raise Grid is forcing people to stay together for a little while. Same thing with Pro Sky.
I'm so regretful I wasn't even here for Protosky.
Yeah, it was quite challenging. Bit chaotic. This is actually just a normal world.
I did watch the series, but I'm sad I wasn't there for it. Mostly because when you're actually playing the series, you record it, and then, like, when the series is almost over, then you start uploading videos about it. That's what happened with Rage Quit as well. I saw you started the world, I'm like, oh great, I can go and play this, and you're already halfway through the world. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, I put the first video out, and then I waited a month. What was it? I put an announcement video out. I put an announcement saying, hey, we're starting on this time, and it was about a month ahead. So I was like, I let people know a month ahead.
In your Discord at that time.
It was on a YouTube video.
Was it?
I believe so. It was kind of like I think it was Rage Good episode 0. Said, hey, we're doing it. Maybe it wasn't a month, maybe it was like 3 weeks. But it was like, let people know, like, hey, we're doing it this time. And then, of course, the very beginning of Raise Grid was the most, like, fast-paced, kind of. So, I end up...
So much to do.
Yep, so much to do. And then I end up recording a lot, which means I have to edit a lot, which means it's going to be really slow for me to go through the first couple months. Just really slow to go through all that footage. And that's what put me behind. But as Raise Grid expanded and got slower, it's better for me to catch up. Why is there a huge patch here? Is that normal?
There's path blocks just running next to each other.
Is it like 3 different paths?
Yep. You know the feeling when you have your friend nearby and you're like, okay, I gotta go say see you later, and you start walking in the same direction. Yeah, that's what those paths are for.
So you don't have to be right beside him. Like, but I'm taking a different path. Probably not going the exact same direction either.
It's so awkward, but so funny when you see it happen.
But yeah, I guess with Raise Grid, I was hoping that it would equal out in the end, like less progress in later episodes. I could be able to catch up, which probably would have been the case maybe if I was able to actually edit fast enough, like at least once a week, maybe do longer episodes too. But I'm also learning as I go.
Longer episodes, yes. I keep getting to the end of every Raise Grid episode, and then realizing it's been 10 minutes only, and you're like, okay, see you guys next week, or the week after that, or the week after that. I'm like, no, more.
Raise
Grid is one of my favorite series ever.
That's cool. I think it is tough. It's tough to have like a goal in a series.
Ooh.
Not like tough, but it's hard to figure out what the goal should be because the goal is almost needed in the series. Otherwise, people aren't going to watch a series that's kind of like open-ended. It kind of becomes a different type of series.
Okay, so look at this.
Warren says it would lower Superfly 1.17. The update latest version, and the ground doesn't change, so the surface can spawn with ground. Oh, that prevents structures from spawning. I think I could also just do that with your.
So, with the expanding world, which slowly updates, slowly like releases more areas. I sent you something in your DMs on Discord.
Okay.
If we have both of those together, it could end up being very interesting.
Oh yeah, because that's the advancement thing that people are talking about.
That's 1,000 advancements, and you have to like go to different areas and do a whole bunch of different things that requires you exploring the world. But with a limited area to explore starting off, that would be pretty interesting.
That's what you almost need. You almost need a special advancement thing for these type of extreme series. Because otherwise, it's like, okay, what's the goal? The goal to kill the Ender Dragon? That's pretty short term.
Sorry, my wife came home and I was talking with her. Sorry. It's okay. Hello.
I was just talking about the super flat thing. I think we can also, I think you can just increase the height. If you really want to, you could just say, you can say there's bedrock, then you can say there is 63. Actually, it had to be higher, right? It had to be 128 dirt. Something like that. This actually spawned him in? I guess we'll find out. Hey, Malevolence. Is Raise Grid updated from 1.18? No, we found out it was going to be too difficult to update it. Is there any villages here? Oh, it says there's a village. It's actually there? Oh, it is there. Okay. Okay, we don't have slimes, which is something. Mine shaft. Oh, it's still no mine shaft though. I think this is like pretty much normal world. 66 is a little bit higher than normal world. So what other structure did you get if you went from 1.17 there, Woodward?
Ancient cities.
The ancient cities are in deep dark. I don't know if they would spawn deep dark biomes.
Yeah, but you would make the world spawn all the biomes like normal, but in a super flat.
Oh, you want to do that? Okay.
Was that what we're talking about? I'm sorry, people are talking.
Yeah, we're talking about everything pretty much, but I was saying like, okay, if we're gonna do a short-term world, it has to be something we could put out without much effort. I don't know how much effort it would be to do every biome, but super flat. I mean, then again, this kind of beats the whole purpose because it's super flat, but then again, there's 128 blocks worth of dirt underneath of this, so it's not really super flat. We should do super flat, but there's void underneath. There's no bedrock. If people just spleef each other, becomes a huge spleefing arena. Villager outposts, ruined portals. Is that it? Oh, mine shafts. Okay. That's really not that much. Knox says, my favorite MC song. I like this one too. Cool. Should I put a playlist together about all the decent Minecraft songs? Well, not necessarily decent ones. Ones that are good for background music. Welcome in. Thanks everybody for hitting the follow button. We're getting closer to 50,000 followers. But yeah, I do like the idea about the data pack there, THK. It gives a goal. And the data pack's set up for vanilla, right? Like it's vanilla goals and stuff.
The goals are very vanilla. It's meant to be in a vanilla survival world, and most of the goals are things like, you know, kill one of every monster, be killed by one of every monster that can kill you, you know. You know, collect a stack of iron, or collect a stack of emerald blocks, or trade with a villager 2,000 times or something like that.
2,000 times?
There are some extreme achievements in there as well. Like one of them is summon 10 withers at once.
Oh.
One of them is fight the Ender Dragon without touching the ground.
Huh.
Let me see if I can bring it back up.
Just look at the images. The 16 tabs of advancements. Dang. Advancements document.
Is that okay with cats are like that?
Oh, I see. The spreadsheet that shows the different things. B and C. Advancements. The green must be the normal ones. And yellow, or maybe they're easy ones. Time to
Green
farm.
is tasks, blue is goal, pink is challenge, red is super challenge, dark, like light pink is a hidden one, yellow is milestone, and orange is a legendary advancement.
Hmm. Wow, that's a lot.
Ooh. See that? Ender Geddon. Send every mob to the end and then kill them there.
Dang.
Ooh, construct a village in the end and then defend it from a raid.
Weird. When it says like obtained a full stack of something, does that mean it has to be in your inventory?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I just kept track of like how many times you harvested or something. You could kind of cheat there.
You could, but the one that would ruin the thing for you by doing it, and two, those are some of the smaller advancements. Ooh, global vaccination. Cure a zombie villager of every profession from every biome.
What?
Oh.
I can see why people get stuck in this and they can never finish all these. There's a lot.
Levitate a distance of 256 blocks up. Farlander. Travel to the world border.
Where are you seeing these, man?
There's a super challenge tab if you scroll to the right.
Oh. For challenges? Oh, so they're all like radish. Hey, Doomsday chat. Million blocks away.
Summon a dragon, a wither, and a raid, all within 30 seconds of each other, and defeat them all without taking damage.
What? Huh?
Obtain a stack of every block in the game.
Yeah, it's not that hard, right?
No, of course not.
It
And you
sounds
can solo
crazy.
it easily with one hand tied behind your back.
Okay, I can see why Minecraft doesn't add these into vanilla.
Those are just the extreme challenges. Look at the other ones, like
Okay.
potions, like just kill a mob with a splash potion. Brew a healing potion. Brew and drink a small healing potion. Shoot 3 arrows at once with a crossbow. A lot of these things are pretty simple. Those are just the extreme ones.
Because I'm saying is like if we would choose this, we'd have to make some kind of limitation so we don't end up doing the really extreme ones.
You could probably modify it.
True, I guess. Okay, so this is task, goal, challenge, super challenge, hidden, milestone, advancement. Hidden milestone. Advancement legend. June says, how are you guys doing today? Doing pretty well. Looking at ideas for the potential next core server challenge. Complete every advancement in the mining tab. What the? Yeah, complete. You get advancement or you get milestone for completing everything in a tab. Advancement legend. Oh, every single advancement, all the whole entire pack. Wow. Okay.
You totally don't need to sit on your computer for hours at a time to complete one advancement.
Fine. What do you guys think? This definitely would be fun.
It's my favorite data pack.
Oh, so you've actually had experience with it then?
Yep.
Oh, okay. You just kind of like, did you play it where you just kind of focused on trying to get these?
No, usually you play it and you just get the achievements. Sometimes you can focus on it if you want.
Okay.
And if you want to make that the challenge, then sure. But it's very cool to have all of these achievements and advancements and stuff to do.
You also get rewards for some of the advancements, but you can disable them.
Oh, okay.
Well, the rewards are usually just more of the items, like collect a stack of nether quartz that gives you 4 quartz, nether quartz, or
Yeah, no, but you get a bunch of diamonds. Once it was a total of a couple double chests that of rewards.
which one gives you diamonds?
There are a couple which give you diamonds. There are also a couple which give you netherite, probably the harder ones. I haven't played it. I just gave myself all of the advancements and sorted most of the items into different chests.
Version 1.16. Oh, why did it say 1.20 somewhere? Oh, I think it was this one that said 1.20. Okay, so maybe it is updated. Or maybe it works in this version, but it just still doesn't have any new. Then again, you say like Warden. Did you say Warden? Maybe you didn't.
There is an advancement for the warden, I think.
Right now it says 1.16 data pack. Task goal challenge. Task goal challenge. Kill bat while under blindness and darkness effect? Or darkness effect. Oh. Yeah, it's both of them. Blindness? Blindness is like a potion thing, so that wouldn't be too hard.
Killing a bat without any without any debuffs is already hard.
You can have a blindness soup stew, and then have the bat already stored in like 1 block area, and then
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
throw
but
a damage potion on it.
you can still kind of miss it. True.
Because, yeah, sometimes it's hard to hit the small hitbox. Bonfire Night. Light every flammable block on fire. What? That's just a challenge. That's not a super challenge.
Also, there are a couple data packs that I know which improve the vanilla world generation. There are also mods, but there are also data packs.
Bulldozer. Destroy 10,000 blocks of stone.
That's possible if you grind hard enough.
Yeah, some of these, I mean, if your goal was just to try to complete these, then you might come across some things that seem much harder than normal.
I think by
Yeah.
the time before I get to 10,000 blocks with broken on the pickaxe, I'll probably have world eaters by that point.
Yeah, the thing is, world eaters don't count towards block breaking.
Yeah, that's my point. My point is, I won't get that achievement very easily because I'll have world eaters by that point.
Or you could use like a block quarry, and then you can mine the blocks, like a silk touch block quarry. Or you use like a perimeter maker, just to destroy the blocks you don't want to bother mining.
Or you just sit in front of a cobble gen.
Or stone gen, I guess, because it's stone. Copper heist.
I'm
Collect
just
a-
loading it up.
Collect a stack of every type of copper, pretty much. I mean, we did that razor grade, but it wasn't a stack worth of it. There's a lot.
Defeat each type of illager with a single crossbow arrow.
What's the give them low health?
Yeah, just poison them and then have a piercing crossbow.
Master Diamond Miner. Mine enough diamonds to make a stack of diamond blocks. Yeah, I can see why those are considered challenges, because they're like, not something normally would come across, like you wouldn't make a stack of diamond blocks. If we were to do this, I mean, would we try also include the challenges? Like, we wouldn't include the super challenges, but would you include the challenges?
I would include everything
Okay.
and then stipulate which ones are part of the official challenge and which ones you can do yourself. Like for example,
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. In case like people want to go beyond, they can do that. But like for my own personal challenge for the series.
It'd be cool to do some of the super challenges together. Like for example, killing the dragon without landing on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Have people like fly around the dragon and bow it down.
And some of the challenges seem like reasonable, and some of them just seem kind of absurd.
Which ones seem absurd?
Like getting a stack of diamond blocks. Like,
you work together as a community.
Oh,
and you get
sure.
a stack of diamonds, and then you pass it around.
Do you think that actually counts?
Is the challenge complete when you do that?
I don't know. You are the expert.
If I throw you a stack of diamond blocks and it says, "Oh, congratulations, you completed the challenge," I think it counts.
Okay.
We're a server that allows duplication of gravity blocks and stuff like that.
I'm asking you, does it actually count for the data pack?
Oh, it does count for the data.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. Because, like, for me, I wouldn't try to think if it counts or not. I would just do whatever the data pack says, because otherwise it gets too confusing.
every advancement achievement that says collect X amount of something,
Uh-huh.
it just checks if you have it in your inventory, and if you do,
Oh, okay.
it counts.
Oh, okay. Then we could work together, look up a chest at spawn where people can put stuff in and then trade around.
And execute anyone who just steals the stack of diamonds and runs. They had this on Hovercraft. They had this life series where they you start the world and you have like 3 lives,
Oh,
and if
yeah.
you lose all those lives, you're out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the thing where you could they had a group of people who would want to work together so they can trust each other. And what they would do is they'd pass one of their lives around, because you could do a command to give your life to somebody else, and you could be
Oh.
one less and they could be one up. And they would have this trust circle thing where they would pass the life around, and people would continuously like pretend to like take the life and run.
Oh.
That's funny. This is the same sort of issue where you're passing a stack of diamond blocks around, trusting they don't run away with it.
These are how many double chests you need to store all the rewards you get from from the data pack.
So the what?
All the rewards you get.
I guess, yeah, the reward thing isn't. I mean, like I said, you can turn it off.
But those rewards are things like just you can even see the rewards right there on the screen.
Oh, right here. Oh, it's pretty minuscule stuff. It kind of just pays you for doing what you do.
Yeah, there are a couple of settings.
Like if you eat a bunch of kelp, then it pays you by giving you some more kelp. If you write in a book, then it gives you back your book. I mean, it seems pretty logical. It's not like it gives you something that's unrelated.
Oh, you opened your inventory. Here's a stack of diamonds.
There is config for this.
The thing is, since this is already set up too, we could also just do this for the short term. Just let people play around with this.
We're gonna couple this with the expanding world.
Yeah, I mean, like you're talking about for the short term one, or
Yeah, for the short term one, just like
yeah, because it'd both be relatively easy things. The world border thing is like command, and this is a completed data pack already.
There's also an option to give the rewards only to the first person who
What, really?
I don't like that, because then you get the speedrunners who take all the rewards and run.
They call it world.
There's also a way to disable
Is it
them.
just the rewards that are given only to the first person, or is it never even shows
Yeah,
up on your screen?
By default, it's enabled for everyone to get all the rewards.
I think if you complete the advancements, you should get the rewards just like everyone else.
Yeah.
The rewards are pretty minuscule, it looks like.
You can also disable them or make it so if you have multiple teams, it's the first team which gets it's the first person from each team. But it's basically the same thing as only the first person gets it.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the actual challenge ones.
I'm also sharing my screen while looking at the config of this of the pack.
Bring a husk to a tundra biome and kill it. That's kind of far out there.
That's going to be hard.
At least you'll never say you have nothing to do. People, I mean.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Because it's part of the issue with people sometimes is after they play for 3 or 4 days and they have all the farms that they need, and they're like, now what?
Definitely. Reunite all zombie variants and their baby forms in one place. Oh, someone got feedback going through the microphone.
Cooperative mode.
Yeah, I think that would be. I guess that would be too hard because you could make villagers and then just zombify them.
You can also enable it so every player gets the advancement if one player got the advancement.
Can you say that again?
You can also make it so as long as at least one player got the advancement, everyone will have the advancement.
Okay, I wouldn't do that because that would ruin the whole purpose of it.
Yeah.
Speed drown that is holding a knowledge shell and a trainer. Seems pretty straightforward, just be kind of rare. You can straight to a desert and then kill it. This is like the opposite.
The message.
Reunite all the skeletons and their three-headed overlord in one place. Lovely.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they're considering the Wither like a skeleton? Never thought about that.
Because it's
Because the skulls.
skulls, yeah.
Huh, but I never thought of it. Like, do you guys ever think of it, the Wither, as being a skeleton?
No, I did not.
It does have like its bones showing.
I guess technically it would be a skeleton then, because it's a skull head and the rib cage is exposed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it would technically count, but when I think skeleton, I think Minecraft skeleton.
Mm-hmm. You do kind of sort stuff like as being undead, but when you think of skeleton, think of normal, stray. Is that it? Just normal stray? Oh yeah, wither skeleton.
Eat 1,000 spider eyes?
Huh. I mean, I guess it do give you hunger. Ew.
Meanwhile, I'm just looking at the config, seeing what it has to offer. Ooh, technical settings.
Kill a mob while wearing the same type of mob head, huh? Wait, 7-5 wardens. Have them all be within 16 blocks of the player. That's kind of challenging.
Just make a warden farm. Just make a warden farm and drop them all into the one hole.
Yeah, just jump in with them.
And then just like run past, make like a 1x2 hole, pathway, and just like sprint past them.
They say within 16 blocks because that's the range where they can start shooting you with their sonic boom.
Yeah, but then you have them distracted by a piston or something, and you just sprint past them.
Yeah, it doesn't say you have to survive it, so.
It doesn't say you have to go and aggro them either. It just says be within 16 blocks of 5 wardens.
Not for highs.
Crazy.
Can't be afraid of heights if you can't see.
You could show how many advancements someone has. It's built in, and it's built into this data pack.
That's a lot of damage. Succumb to a warden.
959
Up to warden.
advancement pack.
Let me just die to warden?
Yeah, just die to a warden.
Okay. I can do that.
2 for 1 achievement. Just jump in the middle of them and just take both achievements.
Okay, so I'm kind of looking at them. They're not too extreme. If our goal was to also include the challenge ones. Craft firework of every shape and additional effect. How many is that?
25?
All again?
Maybe more than that.
Pyro.
Every color. That would
Smaller. Da 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 da. Effects can be on. These shapes and effects can be on separate rockets. Okay. Oh, that's not that many
7.
then. Okay, kill these mobs using arrow. Huh. Yeah, this would be easy, like I said, easy one to set up. Just set up now and let people play it. Cover type of surface biome in the overworld. Huh. That's interesting. They have one for like every kind of different type of biomes grouped together. Oh, dude, thank you so much for the 100 biddies.
Woo! Raise grid
Before I forget.
epilogue.
Yay! Epilogue.
The end of his era.
End of an era, beginning of another. Oh, the mother's way over there. Yeah,
the state of adds to triggers.
I think, why are some of these pink? What the bot's going again?
Woo! Raise grid epilogue.
Cole says, "What's happening?" Oh, Nada, can you go push talk because it's my audio is looping through yours, or can you put a headset on? Yeah, it's Cole says, "When it's while I was lurking, we're looking at a data pack that can offer tons of different advancements, so that porters can have quite a challenge in whatever type of world we put this into. World could be challenging, and these advancements could be challenging." Let's look at the other series options that we have. Because I don't know if I would want to do this for the actual main long-term series. Because I felt like we did something kind of similar with Raised Grid, but let's just look at all our options. Another one he said was going for all the different types of rares throughout all the different types of versions. That was actually pretty extreme once you start thinking about all the different things. So I probably wouldn't do that one, just because I don't think I have like the mental capacity to actually take that one on. There's a lot of like nuances and there's a lot of corruption and stuff. What do you think about that, THK?
I'm sorry, say it again?
Oh,
Something about mental capacity and nuances in THK.
I'm talking about the one where you say collect every rare.
You don't have the mental capacity to do that?
Yeah, I think there's thousands of them if you start, thinking about it. There's probably more than thousands. Probably more like 10,000. I mean, so if it depends how deep you want to go, right? Like, do you want to get the different old type of villagers and different types of trades they had, and there's a bunch of other like there's stuff that's like kind of really glitchy stuff that you can collect, but then it vanishes later on at later versions.
Okay, so you're saying that would just be too much?
It'd be too much for me to take on now. Maybe sometime in the future I would do that.
It can be a future project, I don't mind.
Oh, we actually do have two THKs. We got THK Goofy, which I just call Goofy, and then we got THK Lanson. You said Lanson, right? Is that? Or is it Chaos has to go with this? Clanson.
Klassen.
Classon. Oh yeah, you were saying it as like the word saying the word class. Huh. I can see why you said that now.
Klassen.
But I always love the idea of having more advancements, so I definitely would like to even revisit this one as a full series sometime. But I just think it's a little bit similar to what we did in Raise Grid. What other options? Is there another one that you want to talk about, THK?
What about just the expanding world one?
Yeah.
And then, because that's a nice one. We could stop there anytime, and we can have any sort of challenge with that one.
Okay, so you're saying the expanding world one for like a long-term series.
No, just a short-term series.
Okay, the short-term series between now and when we...
Between now and the complicated one that you guys
Okay.
will be working on.
Okay, yeah. I also agree with you with that. I say expanding world plus this data pack. I think that would be one good, really solid option.
Is that what you want to do for this coming gap?
Yeah. If we don't anything else doesn't really come up, we haven't got any other ideas. I was just gonna kind of look at all the ideas, right? Then choose whatever one seems best suited. Was there any other particular idea for short term or long term that you want to talk about next?
I don't want to cram too much into this one series. I think expanding world and either this data pack or
For the short term.
maybe for the short term, yeah.
Okay, what about the long term?
Farm. Sorry, say it again.
What's your... Do you have any other things you want to talk about related to long term?
Long term, besides the collectively rare, somebody mentioned Cave World.
Oh yeah.
Structure only Void World.
Yeah, that's what I really liked. Llama, thank you for the drink up. Keep my throat hydrated. I'd like the structure only one. I guess we could kind of think about that. Well, let me just pull up the structures on the Wikipedia.
It'd be kind of tough to get the blocks and stuff that we need. For where would we get a lot of the blocks? We have to wait for a wandering trader maybe to spawn sometimes. Where would we get grass from? I don't think the wandering trader sells grass.
Yeah. Of course, you always could mod it if you really wanted to.
Lava, we could probably find in the stronghold, but we'd have to get there somehow.
But actually, there's no structure with grass in it. I don't know. That's the thing, like a lot of structures do depend on. They depend on there being something for them to spawn on. So if you want to do structure only,
then
you would have to like tweak the game so that it would produce these without some of the blocks being there.
Villages do not spawn with grass. They only spawn with the grass blocks. The grass paths, I mean.
Okay, you're saying if it's like a floating one.
So yeah, so a village would not spawn with grass blocks. They would spawn with path blocks.
Okay.
So that wouldn't help us get grass.
Okay.
I don't think any structure in the game spawns with grass in it.
Okay. The grass important.
Well, we wouldn't be able to get animals without grass.
Is that important either?
Depends what the goal is to stream, but without grass.
Oh, that's true. So I forgot what the goal was.
Food. It'd be pretty tough without grass.
Let's look at the different structures. Do pillager outposts spawn with grass? Maybe they don't.
I don't think they do.
I guess if they did, then it wouldn't really work for spawning in deserts. They spawn in deserts, right? In savannas. Yeah. Yeah, they spawn in deserts. So yeah, top 10 grass. Actually, what you could do is do you think the place command actually work?
That's me.
Oh, let's see. Place structure. Thing is, I don't know. Yeah, the game would just place in the ground. That's true. If there's a void, I don't think it's gonna place it in. Kind of the sad part. Go to avoid and see what it looks like.
Maybe if this sort of thing worked, then you would maybe have to tweak the all the loot chests that you get from structures to include the things that we wouldn't have, which might be the answer.
Okay, looks like there's gonna be an ad in 1 minute. Which place command would just place stuff in, but then I gotta kind of understand why. I would try to follow the rules to make it look normal. Oh! I guess it can place into pillager outpost. Is this just in the bottom of the world? Or it is in the bottom of the world? Okay. Okay, so I can do pillager outpost. And the village. Oh, okay. I guess you can kind of do it. I just placed it at the very bottom of the world.
Wait, is that grass in the village?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
there is.
the animals spawn on the grass.
Oh,
Okay.
I guess even a desert has it. Okay, guys, you can have an ad in couple seconds.
No, wait.
Oh, that's right. It said ad break end. Has no one got an ad? Thanks for the. Oh, I guess I read that drink up one. So you can get grass. Okay, and then you can say you get lava from the. What do they call
Ooh,
it? Blacksmith?
grass spawns in ancient cities as well, apparently.
Oh, is that inside the little secret rooms? I think I did see it in there. Actually, I could just put in an ancient city here and see what happens. Dude, I'm kind of messing up my my void world. I just do one. Ancient city. They're kind of big. I just don't like it that it's placing them at the very bottom of the world. We'd want to do something about that. I feel like they're a little weird. Oh yeah, there's the grass.
I'm sad that they made the portal blocks not be able to be pushed by pistons.
Yeah, must be a reason. Oh,
That would have been the answer to our wither cage, by the way.
Mm-hmm. You can definitely see like there's like explosion right here. Like part of the walkway is ruined. Pretty easy to see it.
Part due to age. Like, because it was a wall, it could have toppled over.
Yeah, but to me it looks more like an explosion. Like the way it's like a circle. Here, I'll go back to it. I guess it could topple over. I don't know why I thought it was an explosion. Maybe topple makes more sense. I just think if it was toppled over, there would be like the main bottom piece would be here, or like the edges would be here at least. The walls would be partly here, but it's like everything's missing from the center and it's put to the outside.
Yes. But I would also guess that some of the deep slate that's supposed to be surrounding that would also, be there to pretend to be the floor.
It would, yeah, but the floor, it would be down here. It'd be underneath of this. So there's like nothing. There's nothing left of this wall or this wall or, well, this wall. There's a little bit of it. It's like there's like nothing here, and you expect to be something and then like you expect the rubble to be just outside of it, but it's like a circle, meaning it got like pushed further than what it normally would. That's the way I see it.
I guess maybe they were trying to use TNT to fight the warden.
Banny, be sure to use English in chat so moderators can moderate. These are like what, by far the biggest structures in the game. Don't count like bringing mine shafts.
These are the biggest structures in the game, not counting biggest structures in the game.
Yeah, I think mine shafts can be a little bit random, right? Sometimes there's even like two on top of each other, so it's hard to tell when one stops. I mean, it would be an interesting challenge if this was like floating at, like if these are actually generated at what you expect, maybe like a normal height for them. What other structures do we have to work with? We have a lot of structures in the game, but they're not all helpful to the series. Woodland mansions, those things are massive. Did you translate that?
No, I know. Was it Croatian?
You kind of paused there for a second. What's it again?
I totally didn't have to look over to the translate to see what the language was. No, I did translate that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to guess. I'd say like Romanian if I'd seen that.
It's Croatian. Not sure what that is.
That's like from Croatia.
Croatian.
I don't know. Like I don't play that much GeoGuessr.
I just told him what you're doing, and then I asked if he speaks English.
Yeah, I can see the English. Right. Hey, Jello.
English.
They must not think very highly of them. They call them Englisks. The English are coming. Jello says, what kind of challenge are you looking for? We're looking for two different challenges. One that we can start up right away for my supporters, that we can just let them play. And then one that's going to take a little while to get a mod going. And then it could be like, it just has to be a good challenge that would also work good for like a YouTube series. So like one that has a pretty defined goal from the very beginning. And then also challenging in such a way that some like one person who's just really active can't just zip to end. I guess then again he could zip to end, but we would still continue on the path.
The issue is, RageGrid took a year to code, and we don't want to wait another year for the next supporter series. So we want something in between now and the next big RageGrid type series that will keep the supporter server going. We don't have to wait a year doing nothing. So something simple, simple challenge like a super flat world or a void world with just structures, or a world with slowly expanding borders, just something simple like that that keeps the supporters engaged for the next year or so.
Yeah, and hopefully it doesn't take a whole year. I think it took a year because I only had one person that was working on it, and he was just working on his free time. I think if I have to, I would just pay somebody to so that could just focus on it too. And it also took us a while to actually playtest it, to actually say, okay, these are problems, and we'd bring the problems back to him, and then he would fix them.
So, yeah, a world like a slowly expanding world, you could stop that at any time, or you can make an announcement that the world will be stopping in, 2 weeks or a month. Because the idea of a slowly expanding world is to expand into the expanse. And depending if you don't want, whether or not you want to couple a challenge with that, you would that's one of the things you can just cut short on short notice.
Yeah. Yeah, Jelly, do you have any ideas? Welcome in Perfect Toaster. As well as welcome in Mega. Thanks for following, guys. Also, Hayden followed. Great to see some new faces. Yeah, each chunk from a different seed challenge. It actually said something similar to that. It said chunk from different biomes. I think different seeds would be a little bit less interesting than the one from different biomes. No overworld challenge. So you'd play like Nether and Dimension. Nether only is kind of fun. We kind of did that with Portal Sky. We were stuck in Nether for a bit, but it wasn't like just Nether, which is a different take on it too. End Dimension, I don't think you can do too much there. End Dimension only. I guess says love your videos. Just discover your videos. Oh wow, that is cool.
If you were gonna do the one where the overworld, or just the different biomes get jigsawed together, you could give each biome a weight attached to it, like more likely or less likely to come in. So you don't have an even split of biomes. You have like some of the special biomes with less likely chance to come in.
Oh,
And that
okay.
way you can
Yeah.
make the, for example, something like a. What are some of the rarest biomes? Like you could make them have like a, 10 times less chance to spawn in than
Like a
and that
jungle
way
edge.
yeah,
Or I guess you call it
like
sparse jungle.
that way you can tweak the
I never noticed that this was a face. You guys notice that?
warden face in the nether.
I don't know if it's a warden face. I think it's more like a dragon.
I'm looking at it looks like a frown to me.
Two eyes and maybe teeth there.
Oh, a piglin?
Would it be piglin?
Well, it's a bastion.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Also looks a bit smaller in the overworld. They just seem a bit different. On this side, like the lava is kind of side to side, kind of reminds you of eyeballs, mouth. A big tongue, like the Alien and Alien and Predator, or in the Alien movies. It has like a little mouth instead of the mouth. This is like the little mouth that comes out. Shing!
I've never watched that, but I have seen the memes.
Oh yeah.
There was one about Superman and Batman, and Superman was having a nightmare, and it was Batman with another Batman mouth coming out of his mouth. Sorry, Batman face coming out of his mouth, and I thought that was funny.
It says every mob must be found as an egg challenge. Wait, how do you get eggs? You make mobs lay eggs. You could use new suspicious blocks. What would you do with these? Oh, you make eggs come through the suspicious blocks, like the sniffer one. That'd be kind of repetitive. It has to be, yeah, it has to be something that's also not repetitive. Because if it's just something repetitive, like get a stack of this, get a stack of that, it becomes a bit repetitive. Survival in a structure, all the rest of the world is gone. Yeah, it's actually what we're doing right here. We're kind of looking at a structure only void world. We're just trying to think like how, I mean, it sounds cool, but like how much interesting, how much more unique is that?
You could maybe get a couple people, like you could set up a world like that and get a couple people just to play it and for like a day or so, and think of all of how good or bad it's going to be, because you might think, oh, it's a great idea, but when you get into it and people can't like move and they're so restricted and they're just like, this is so annoying. You don't want to make that mistake by starting a series like that and then 2 weeks later it's dead because no one can do anything.
Yeah, I don't think maybe the viewers realize like how much time you actually put in ahead of it, making sure that what you're doing is actually something that's actually possible and actually going to make an interesting series. Because like when it came to Proto Sky and Raise Grid, like they both took months and months not only to mod but also to just playtest them to see if it's possible. Like on Raise Grid, like originally it was just like, okay, let's do skyblock, and I was like, but I want to do an extreme skyblock. So it's like we looked at every possible way to remove as many blocks as possible while still getting access to as many things as possible. And that's how we came up with like, oh, okay, lava and grass block in the overworld, and then we would, that'd be cool to take the nether twist with another update. And I think it turned out really well.
It's a 3D grid.
With Raise Grid, it was just it was an idea that I had for a long time. And then just putting a challenge with it. But yeah, you're right, THK. We're gonna have to, at some point, we're just gonna have to either playtest it, or we could just kind of playtest it through our minds. Like say, okay, you start in a village, you know, then you at least have grass there. You maybe have lava there, right? Maybe you have some water there. You can actually start there. But then I guess the bigger question to ask when it comes to this type of challenge, what is the goal? I mean, I guess for any type of challenge, what is the goal of the challenge? Like if it's just defeating the dragon, then it's not going to be that long or that fascinating. We also don't want it to go on forever, because then it just wouldn't be, like something that stays interesting. It would get boring. Loading cactus. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, because I didn't update the bottom one. Different areas find different eggs. Yeah, that'd be kind of repetitive. Be just going out looking for eggs. Cold says, I think implementing the structure thing, that'll be quite easy compared to other stuff. I think just make structure spawn on air.
Anyone else?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was just introduced to a mod. So if you have a structures only world, I was introduced to a mod that requires you to go to every structure in the game to collect a specific Eye of Ender to open the portal to the end dimension.
Oh. Ooh, that would
So
actually
you
fit in pretty
have
well.
to find a Badlands. You have to find a what's it called? Woodland Mansion, and to get the special eye to put in the specific portal frame for that eye, and then you have to go to a village, and then you have to go to an outpost, and then you have to go to an ancient city, and there's a specific eye for a specific portal, and you have to get all 12 of them to open the portal.
That's actually pretty cool. That would also mean killing the dragon would be the end game, which is fitting now that you made it harder.
It'll still only take people like 2 weeks or a month to do that.
But yeah, but we could do a similar thing like we did with Raise Grid and Pro Sky, where we don't actually run the server 24/7. We only run it during when we have the special days that we.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that was to stop people from just speedrunning. We did that up until we killed the dragon, and then we opened it up. It's only like, I don't know, maybe it was like 3 or 4 weeks.
So besides killing the dragon, what was the goal of Proto Sky?
The goal of Pro Sky was try to complete all the advancements that were possible. But there's some that we couldn't get, and that's where Raise Grid actually could complete all of them. And we're also trying to get the different items. What did you mean by that, Cold, where you said, I think implementing anything would be quite easy compared to other stuff? I think I just make structures spawn on air. Nether, but only overworld structures. The nether, but only overworld. So you're saying overworld structures in the nether? I mean, that would be different. I don't know how they would even spawn there. Just spawn it. Oh, end cities can't spawn here. Is that funny? Oh, we were talking about how all these structures were kind of spawning on the bottom of the world. The ancient city was off the ground, and then the bastion was also off the ground. So some of them do spawn.
Maybe some of them have
Here.
coded to spawn at a specific Y level,
I think so. These are the newer
so
ones
that they
too.
don't poke out the top, or so that they're always at a because for example, in the Nether there's a Nether roof, the bedrock roof, very cool, and you don't want to cut it through.
Yeah.
And with the ancient city, you don't want it poking out of the ground.
Yeah. It also has to be within the deep dark, which going down low. Not as redeem. That's the right question.
Yeah,
Question is, why should I redeem a question if I could just ask in chat? That is to if I get too busy and I don't answer stuff in chat. That was supposed to be a way for people to get their question across in case they missed it in chat. But yeah, I do understand it. Sometimes I do try to answer questions.
I'm back up to 23,200 points.
23,000?
Ray points or Goldie points?
40 points. Remember, I
Ugh,
spent 100,000 on Big Boom.
yeah.
I'm back up to 23,000.
Pretty soon I'll be doing 2 big moves.
I sent you a message, by the way, about.
Oh, okay. I try to stay on top of those, but a lot of people that purchased it never came back with
There are only
actual...
2 pending, mine and somebody else's.
Oh, I have a list of a whole bunch of other people, so I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if they just vanished from the pending thing.
When I clear the queue for reward requests, I don't clear the big booms.
Huh. Okay. I don't know. Maybe they got cleared some other way. Maybe it was before I don't know, changed systems or something. Click on Big Boom and I'll tell you what it does. But yeah. So your thing about the structures. I wonder how long would that take, even if you did kind of close the world in between. I don't like closing the world because I know people can't always play during the same times I stream. But,
and then we're in the middle of a project and it's time to close the world and we have to stop. That's also annoying too.
yeah. I don't like that, but for a series where you're going for specific things and people are gonna like open up the stronghold before you do, then it's like it doesn't really work for a YouTube series. It does make it tough because like not only am I trying to make something fun for my supporters, but I'm also trying to do something for a YouTube series.
Alright, you're gonna come on in the second episode and we're gonna be like, we killed the dragon, here's your elytra, and here's all the resources you need, here's your armor, here's your tools, and let's have fun. And you're like, great.
That's gonna be a pretty short YouTube series.
Like when when you came online and boom, there was an Elder Guardian.
Yeah. I was like, could we possibly, get another
Kill
one?
this, start again. We did.
Yeah, we did happen to
to
need one. That's true. So it worked out that way.
It was supposed to be a proof of concept thing. Like
Mhm.
we worked for 8 hours trying to figure out how to catch this thing, and we try to like fly and box it in. We try to put cobwebs where it was falling. None of that worked, and we thought we're running through Elder Guardian, so let's try and make a flying machine to go underneath it. There was a lot of maths involved, and like it took us 4 or 5 attempts to actually catch the Elder Guardian. And then when we finally got it into the tank, it died. And we had to do it again, and this time it lived. And I'm like, okay, leave it in there. And I left it inside the minecart on balancing on top of a glass pane so that it can't go anywhere.
Well, you learned a bit.
It did. I learned how to do slimestone during race grid, so I'm kind of happy about that.
So
I
it
did
says
not
it
like
can't
that.
place in a mansion. That's
I
because
did
it's
not
not
like
a...
working with slime blocks at all before that.
Oh yeah. I enjoy slime blocks. I just the 12 block
fine.
push limit kind of annoying. But then again, it's also kind of a challenge once you get into it a lot. But again, like I don't do that much slime stuff because it's not that practical. Like for the average Minecraft player, like, hey, build this crazy fly machine, and then it just does something very, very meh, like very mediocre.
Besides that huge quarry machine that you made.
Yeah, like the quarries. I helped make a couple different types of quarries, but even then, even when you try to make like the simplest quarry, like the one that flies back and forth and drops TNT and then moves forward, like that's the most practical one. That's the one people actually use. So like doing that, sure, that makes sense. But if you're gonna do anything like more complex, then like people are just like they're less and less likely to actually build it, which means I feel like I put a lot of time into something that people really don't actually going to apply to the world.
I think sort of the same way, because I like when I build something in Minecraft and design something that needs to be practical to survival. You get these people who like Mumbo Jumbo who built a walking house, and that's cool, but it's not useful in survival, so I probably wouldn't spend my time doing that. But a flying machine that bombs out one area and then slowly inches forward, as opposed to flying back and forth, that is practical.
Mm-hmm. But you guys also have different goals too, right? His goal is to make like a one-off video, showing something cool to his viewers.
Right, and I'm not hating on that. I think it's pretty cool. And you know, if you want to do something like that, at least it helps sharpen your concepts of slimestone.
Yeah.
But for me specifically, my interest is how this is going to help me in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does help me, then I will work on it. If it doesn't, I'm not interested personally.
You could compare like
Cool,
the Mumbo Jumbo like flying house. You could compare that to me like making a charge creeper mob head farm. It's like, yeah, you don't need to have a whole automatic farm to get charge creeper heads, even in relative quantity, but it does make me learn about new things and come across new challenges and overcome those challenges. So I do learn a lot by doing those one-off kind of really difficult farms.
Right, and that was probably half the time why we didn't just make a carpet bomb to go back and forth. We wanted to learn how to concept, because slimestone, I didn't know slimestone at that point, and the reason why it took a month and a half so for me to learn it is because I didn't know slimestone. And then after a month and a half of learning it, we got pretty good, and I'm still very proud of what we managed to do. And now slimestone is a lot easier, and I understand the concepts more. So, and that's applicable to survival.
Yeah. Maybe we'll continue this next Sunday. I feel like we came up with a lot of ideas, but definitely need to put more time into thinking about this. And my voice is getting a little bit sore from all the chit-chatting, especially extra chatting, because I'm mostly not doing much building, so we're doing all chatting. Well, let's pick this up next Sunday. We'll talk more about ideas, concepts, maybe we'll implement the short-term for server world. In the meanwhile, guys, be sure you guys are checked out on my socials. They're on screen. We'll find somebody to raid. If you haven't already seen it, I uploaded a new Raise Grid episode. I think THK even pops up in this one again. You guys start popping up in these newer ones.
I saw it was something to do with a cat farm, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. But I hadn't watched it because you have this habit of like going live and releasing the episode at the same time, so I have to pick one or the other.
Yes, we're doing the raiding there, Nada. Thanks for posting that message. Find somebody to raid. I do stream every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we probably see a new snapshot this upcoming Wednesday. Who can we raid? Ooh. Nice Twice is actually doing all advancement raids. Let's raid Nice Twice if he's still alive. He's live. Okay. Great, nice twice. I have a testing server as well as a supporter server there, Mega. You guys can learn about them checking out my Discord. We're going to be rating none other than Nice Twice. He's held a couple different types of world records when it came to Minecraft. Now he's doing all advancements. He's trying to get all the different advancements in game. I think for 1.16. Because who wants to do them for 1.20? Let's see how he's doing. How far he's getting along. He moves really fast. Appreciate everyone joining into the stream. I really had a lot of fun chatting about possible things that we can actually do for the next episodes. Look forward to more of that. Upcoming snapshots. Oh, there's an ad break? Wait, when did the ad start?
Usually after streams, I tell you thank you for the stream, or yeah, but I don't think you hear me.
I can hear you. I just don't
Yeah.
get too much going on at the moment. Okay.
No, because it's after you. After.
Well, anybody can hear me. We will do the raid. It looks like the raid's probably going to start before ad finishes. So